Hello, I'm Jonathan Bunday from Clarity Training. This brief presentation is to tell you all about a new training video that has just become available from Clarity Training. And the topic is continence in later life. Incontinence is a big problem across the UK. Research suggests that over 6 million people struggle with either urinary or bowel problems to some degree, and that's over 10% of the population. We also know that incontinence is more common as people get older. Research by the British Geriatric Society in 2018 found that 1 in 3 women over the age of 65 and 1 in 7 men over the age of 65 suffered urinary incontinence. So I'm looking at this topic, continence in later life, and I'm focusing on the loss of continence with urine. I'm not concentrating on fecal incontinence because there's not time in the presentation to do that justice. What I'm going to do now is transfer you to my PowerPoint presentation via screen share. And this will show you what the actual training will look like if you access it. So you will have my PowerPoint presentation on your screen, and in the top right-hand corner is a smaller picture of me talking. There are 4 key learning points for the training, and they are these. 1, clues to the loss of continence, urinary continence that is. 2, causes of the loss of continence. 3, consequences of the loss of continence. 4, care of people struggling with incontinence, including people living with dementia. And number 4 is a large part of the training. I don't only want to talk about the problem, I want to talk about the solution, how we can help people either to restore continence or help them to better manage their incontinence. And I do talk a lot also about the psychological impact, because sadly, many people who lose their continence never actually go to the doctor to get it checked out and treated. There are many reasons for that, possibly. One reason might be a lot of people may wrongly think that nothing can be done, that they're stuck with incontinence for the rest of their life. And that isn't true for many people. So much can be done, either to restore it fully, or if it can't be restored, at least to help them manage it better. Another reason we think why people don't go to their doctor is simply shame and embarrassment. It's not easy admitting that you have lost control of your bladder. And we think some people just don't go to the doctor for that reason. So part of the training looks at this issue, the psychological impact of incontinence, and how we can treat people with dignity, compassion, and respect, how we can be sensitive to the words that they use and the words that they struggle with in this whole area. The final part, as it says in number 4, is looking at the whole issue of incontinence in dementia. Research shows that when somebody develops dementia, their risk of becoming incontinent is increased 3-fold. And there are lots of different reasons for that, and I take you through the main reasons. Also, there's the challenge that we can think that when someone develops dementia and they also develop incontinence, that's it. They've got dementia, that can't be cured, so the incontinence can't be cured. A lot can be done to help people, particularly in the early stages of dementia, to either restore their continence or, again, to manage it better. So we look at that issue. The length of the training is just under 90 minutes, and the course is interactive in that interspersed throughout the training, I give delegates 5 different exercises, at which point they pause the recording, they look at a question on the screen, they write down their answers, and when they finish their answers, they unpause the recording and I take them through my answers. It just helps to make it more interesting and gets people thinking about this issue and using their own knowledge as well. At the end of the training, I set people a short assignment, and it's not a pass or fail test, it's not an exam, it's a simple case study where I get them thinking about someone who's lost their continence and they have to write down some thoughts, some questions that I set them. The purpose of this assignment is that I want to be able to give people a certificate of attendance, and I need to have confidence that they firstly have listened to the training, and secondly that they have actually taken on board at least the key points. So by completing the assignment, that tells me that they have done that. I then ask them to email me their answers. And when I've got their answers, I then send off a certificate to the Learning and Development Department of their organisation. And then they can take a photocopy and pass the original on to the delegate or another photocopy. If this is training you think you'd be interested in accessing, do feel free to contact me either by email, as it says at the bottom, info@claritytraining.org, or phoning me on 02392 478 395. Thanks for listening.